Hello and welcome to my NFL quarterback 2025-2026 rankings. Sorry about my voice. Not much I can do about that, but we got a lot of quarterbacks to go through, so let's get right into it. Starting off with Kyler Murray. Um, uh, he had that one really good season. I'm going to put him in B tier. He had that one really good season in 2020 where he just went off and he looked like a great quarterback. But every other season, he's been mid. So B tier is basically just the mid tier. It's like they're good, but you know. And then we have Jacoby Brissett. I don't know. I don't think he'll be starting this year. But I mean, he's serviceable. So C tier is probably for the serviceable quarterbacks. Is that Michael Penix? Michael Penix Jr. Um, where would I put him? I have to put him in C tier. He only played a little bit. He only played like 7 or 8 games. He looked decent, but I can't really judge him off that. Kirk Cousins, he did a little bit better than him. I'm going to put him in B tier. And I think that was mostly just because of his injury. I still think he's a little bit better than Michael Penix. I mean, the stats show that. I don't know why he just fell off at the end, near the end of the season, just started throwing a bunch of picks. But I think Kirk Cousins is a little bit better. Lamar Jackson, obviously, you have to put in S tier. I mean, there's really no debate. He's probably the best quarterback in the league. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is, but Lamar Jackson, he can really do it all. So you can have that debate. Cooper Rush, serviceable. I think he can win you 4 games. If you have to take him, you'll take him. Josh Allen, I have to also put in S tier. He can make a play out of nothing. I don't think he's as good as a runner as Lamar Jackson is. I don't think he's as fast, but I think he has more of an arm. And just like Lamar Jackson, he's elusive. The play can be dead and he'll escape the pocket and get the throw. So he got it. Mitch Trubisky, I don't think he's serviceable, at least not anymore. He did have that one really good season, so I know it's kind of hypocritical to say Kyler Murray's in B and he's in D, but also he hasn't been a starter in 3 years. So, yeah, I kind of have to put him in D. Bryce Young, um, I think he's actually in B tier. He started off C tier, and then at the end of the season, he started picking up pace a little bit. I think he's going to be good this year. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. He's one of the tough quarterbacks to judge because he had a really slow start. He got benched early in the season. He just wasn't, he was looking like a D tier quarterback. And then all of a sudden, he just started going off. So I'm going to say that he continues to keep going off. I'm putting him in B tier. Andy Dalton, serviceable. I mean, in Cincinnati, he was also serviceable. He was just a little bit more well known. But I think, yeah, he can win you a few games. Caleb Williams is also an interesting one. I'm actually going to put him in C tier. That's probably pretty controversial, but I just haven't seen enough from him. I know that putting Bryce Young above Caleb Williams is kind of crazy, probably to some people at least, but I don't know. I just feel like when I was watching Caleb Williams, it was just nothing was happening. Same with Bryce Young, probably even worse. But at the end of the season, Bryce Young just started cooking. Caleb Williams did not. It was the same thing all season. He was getting sacked, which isn't his fault, but he was getting sacked. And even when he escaped the pocket, he just tried to do some crazy throw out of bounds. So I haven't seen enough from him to put him in B tier. I don't even know who that is. Uh, there's a lot of quarterbacks. If I don't know them, I'm gonna have to put them in D tier. Joe Burrow, obviously S tier. Probably, well, obviously one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You can really chalk it up. I think he actually is the best quarterback in the league. My opinion, I would put him at the very top just because I think he can do it all. he has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but still, I think that passer, he's not as athletic as Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, but just passing wise, he's like Tom Brady. Um, yeah, I mean, I recognize them, but I don't remember his name. Deshaun Watson, I don't know what happened. The allegations cooked him. Now he's cooked. Joe Flacco, he'll get the job done. Yeah, he'll probably start for the Browns. I think he took the Browns to the playoffs. I don't think he can do that again, but I think he can win them 7 games. Kenny Pickett, D tier, unfortunately. I could put him in C tier, but no, I'm not going to do that. Um, I recognize his face, but I can't remember his name. Is that Zach Wilson? That is Zach Wilson, isn't it? Yeah, Zach Wilson. You got to go in D tier too. Shador Sanders hasn't even played a snap in the NFL, so I can't rank him. Dak Prescott, I think uh, I'll I'll sneak him in B tier, probably top of B tier. I was debating whether or not to put him in A, but then injuries kind of cooked him a little bit. He's been in the league a long time, hasn't had much success. I'm just gonna have to put him in B tier. Um, I don't know who that is. I think that's Joe Milton, maybe. Bo Nix. Bo Nix, I'll actually put in B tier. I know he only played 1 season, but it was a pretty good season. The Broncos made the playoffs, so that's gotta land you in B tier. It's just the games. The reason why he's not A is because I've seen the games that he played in. He wasn't spectacular. He didn't look like an A tier quarterback. But getting your team to the playoffs, that's gonna get you pretty much an instant B tier. And then it's his backup, which I don't remember. Jared Goff. I'll put Jared Goff as our first A tier quarterback. I don't think he's on the same level as Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, but the Lions have been winning a lot of games. He's had a few mistakes, but overall, he's been a pretty consistently good quarterback. Nothing I can say on that front. So I see the pattern here is we're having a lot of starting quarterback, backup quarterback, but I'm not going to rank the backup quarterbacks. Mostly because I don't know most of them. Then we have Jordan Love. I'm gonna put Jordan Love in B tier. A lot of quarterbacks are gonna go in B tier just because I can't really decide. You know, he hasn't. I mean, the Packers made the playoffs a lot of last year and the year before that, so he's good, but I don't know. Just too many mistakes, especially like that mistake in the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. I'm just going to have to put him in D tier. Malik Willis, I'm not going to rank you. CJ Stroud, I like CJ Stroud. I think he deserves B tier. Freshman year, he went off. He looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the year, in the league. And then he had a sophomore slump. So, yeah, it is what it is. That will earn you B tier. But if he played like he did his freshman year, then he'd be A tier. Anthony Richardson is serviceable. I think he'll win you a few games. He definitely has. You've seen plays from Anthony Richardson where you're like, wow, he looks like Lamar Jackson. Then you've also seen plays where you're like, wow, this guy should not be starting the NFL. Daniel Jones, serviceable. He took the Giants to the playoffs that one year. That was good. But other than that, he has been pretty ass. Then we have Trevor Lawrence, uh, another quarterback who took their team to the playoffs. Looked good. This is the toughest one of the video, whether it's B or C tier. I don't know. I'm going to put him in B tier. I was thinking about C tier, but I don't know, injuries kind of screwed him over. And he did take the Jaguars to the playoff, and they won a playoff game. So you got to give him credit for that. Um, Nick Mullins, he was good for the Niners. Patrick Mahomes, obviously S tier. If I had to rank the S tier quarterbacks, I'd probably rank them like that. I I don't know. On actually watching the footage, Patrick Mahomes had isn't even as good as Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen was, at least not last year. But somehow he just finds ways to win, and you know what? You gotta respect that. I don't think that Gardner Minshew is gonna start for a team this year. Geno Smith will though. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Maybe he deserves A tier, but I can't do that. Uh, he took the Seahawks to the playoffs. To be fair, they lost to the 49ers. He has been leading in passing yards, but actually, you know what? I'll throw him a bone. I'll put him in A tier because you're right. He led the league in passing yards for like 2 years. Took the Seahawks to the playoffs. Was a very consistent quarterback, consistently good. I kind of have to put him in A tier actually. Uh, the Aiden O'Connell, Justin Herbert, obviously an A tier. Not quite S tier, but when he plays, he will do everything to get the win. And his receivers are not good, so that's not really his fault. And then his backup, Matthew Stafford. I'm debating whether or not A tier or S tier. I'm gonna put him in S for everything that he's done in his career. He played so good with the Lions, even though they were a trash organization. He took the Rams to the Super Bowl and won it. There's really no debate. He's got to be S tier. Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe I'd rank you if you won the 49ers the Super Bowl. Tua, um, oh, I think that's Zach Wilson, by the way, so I don't know. I misjudged or something. Tua, I think he has to go in B tier. I don't know. I don't think he's just too many concussions, too many injuries, which isn't his fault. I mean, he's pretty good, but every time I watch him play, I'm like, oh no. And watching a quarterback like that can't be A tier. Uh, and then we have another rookie too. A lot of rookies. JJ McCarthy, can't rank him because he hasn't had a snap in the league. Uh, Sam Howell, I don't think he's going to be starting. That's Drake May. Drake May was good last year. I'll put him in B tier. He didn't get the actually. Now I have to put him in C because he did. I mean, he won the Patriots a couple games, but he wasn't great. C is like the serviceable tier. I think he's serviceable. At least last year, that's what he showed me. I don't think Josh Dobbs is going to be starting. That's a rookie. Spencer Rattler. I actually don't know who will be starting in New Orleans. To be fair, I have to pick somebody. Uh, who do I think will start? Probably the rookie. I actually can't rank. You know what? We'll rank Spencer Rattler, and I'm going to put him in D tier. So there we go. There's the ranking. Russell Wilson. Kind of have to put him in C tier, just for everything that he's done in his career. Actually, if we're going off careers, I got to put him in B tier. For everything that he's done, winning the Super Bowl in Seattle and all that. He's kind of washed now, but just for all the accolades, um, he's got to be in B tier. Jameis Winston, I don't know if he'll start, but he's serviceable. That's a rookie. That's the Giants backup. Justin Fields, um, kind of have to put him in C tier. He has sparks. He's kind of like Anthony Richardson. You see sparks, but will the sparks fly is the question. I don't know. AJ Brown. It's got to be pretty easy A tier for me. He's not an S tier quarterback, but he's also not a B tier quarterback. That leaves him in A tier. He got the Eagles, got him to the Super Bowl twice, won the Super Bowl. You can say that he's an S tier quarterback for that, but also you watch some games and you're like, wait, what is he doing? Then that's his backup, I guess. I'm having to zoom in because I don't even know who half these guys are. I see Brock Purdy, though. Brock Purdy, I would put him in A tier, but for last season, I got to put him in B tier. For being paid what he's being paid, though, like, I respect him for that. He's got to go in A tier just for that reason. Mac Jones, I don't think he'll be starting. I think Drake May will. Then we have, oh yeah, Sam Darnold in Seattle. For last year, he was S tier, or he was S tier. Overall career though, he's got to be B tier. He had that great season in Minnesota. Other than that, his career has been pretty mediocre, also bad. So even things out, put him in the middle tier. Hasn't played a snap yet. I don't think he's played a snap. Baker Mayfield, another pretty easy A tier for me. I don't think he's an S tier quarterback, but he's, you know, he's great in Tampa. He was okay in Carolina. He was okay at Los Angeles. He was pretty good in Cleveland. So, but Tampa Bay Baker Mayfield is a different monster. I don't think that any of these guys will be starting. Oh wait, that's Cam Ward. Never mind. Cam Ward. No, but he hasn't played a snap, so I can't rank him. I forgot my rule on that. If I had to, well, actually, no, I can't say that because I don't know. I don't watch college football really, so I wouldn't know. Jaden Daniels only played one season. It was an S tier season, but I can't get too high on the rookie. I got to just put him in A tier for now. So then I'm not going to rank Carson Wentz. Then we have last but definitely least Aaron Rodgers. Just kidding. I like Aaron Rodgers. He went to school with my dad, so A tier. Now B tier. It's kind of on the same train as Russell Wilson right now. He did a little bit better than Russell Wilson, but he's like, he won the Super Bowl for the Packers. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But for right now, where he is in the league, he's probably B tier. I think he's going to have a pretty mediocre season. Steelers will still go 9-8 though. All right, see ya.